Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars Week 11, Day 1, technically Guild Wars number 129. So today we have the start of the Divine Guild Wars. This brings in, honestly, one of the easiest categories we've had so far, if not the absolute easiest, since the new format. It's even easier than some of the pure colors, as Divine is very strong, most notably because of Takshaka, as far as options that we have available. Also, it's going to be a really easy Guild War day, by the way. If that's any indication, we are currently 30,000 to 0. So unfortunately, tomorrow might be our actual first day of Guild War because, yeah, I'm not sure if we're up against anything. We might have a final fight if nothing else. But, of course, one thing that we did end up getting with this Guild War is Shiny Quillen. Shiny Quillen is very good. Ends up, of course, like any Shiny, getting 2 lower mana costs, which is decently relevant on him, as he does have a Skull Spam mechanic. But he's balanced in a way that he's not really meant to have a lower mana cost, so he gains quite a bit of a benefit from having that lower mana cost, as he's balanced around where all the 18 mana costs double convert are, but he's only 16. Not only that, or once he gets fully shiny, he's only 16 mana. Right now we're at 17 because we only have the 1. However, the other benefit he gets, which is the more viable thing to actually be able to use him, and is probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest legends of gain a buff from this, is not only does he get to do all what he normally does for 16 mana, but more importantly, his 2x Bless becomes a 4x Bless. This is very good because when using him, it is extremely important that your Bless hits first slot. And with only 2, it was never guaranteed that it was going to hit first slot. But, of course, with 4, it is guaranteed that it'll hit your first slot. So this is pretty beneficial for, well, obviously Skull Spam teams, which he's generally a part of, given that he's also for Skull Spam. But also just for a Blesser, if you just want to dump a Blesser onto your team and don't want to have to run Wand of Stars or, any of the more meta options these days. He's a perfectly viable way to 4x bless your team. Can't always depend on him for cleanse, because if you get cursed first, of course, the first bless will not actually end up blessing you, or won't end up cleansing you. It will get rid of the curse for the first one, and the second one will end up cleansing you and blessing you and everything. But, yeah, it's not bad. Has a lot of use cases, even more so than what I already had. Had that Light Storm, has that little bit extra magic. To all allies as well, which is pretty nice. And, yeah, only 16 mana cost by the time we get him fully upgraded later this week. We'll probably be messing around with him on Saturday. Today and tomorrow we'll probably just be messing around with normal teams. And then, yeah, we'll go from there. But, yeah, unfortunately, today's Guild War is going to be a little anticlimactic. Because we've been going down in ranks a little bit in Guild War, since I think we lost all 4 of our battles last time, our rank went down quite a bit, and in doing so, yeah, we're up against guilds that literally have 0 people in it, or whatever on earth is going on here. So I guess we got to go down middle and just go score some points. They didn't even change their defend layout, they're only in blue, which means they either wanted to defend blue or they forgot to change it. Oh yeah, I need to go make a team, I forgot, I don't have it on copy paste, do I? Oh yeah, that reminds me. This is one thing we do get to test right now, though. Which Divine Troop will earn us the most amount of points? Now, that's the main thing we got to go test right now. And by test, I mean we got to know what the answer is exactly right now at this exact moment in time. Because there's one thing that's going to determine winning Paragon this week. Because win rate's probably going to be 20-0 the whole week, most likely. But the main thing that's going to make the difference is how many extra points we could end up scoring. I was considering Ubestedt for the insta-kill. And I was considering something that can create a lot of gems so that we can guarantee security 8 times. Also, hello everyone, by the way. I haven't said all of those. Hello Tyrion. Hello Crisp. Hello Ron. Hello Jets. Hello Cookie. Hello Chad. Hello hello Isabel. Hello Idaman. How do you say that name, by the way? Idaman? Hello Cookie. Hello Renas. Welcome, 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 welcome. Okay, as Isabel mentioned, definitely feel free to leave a like on the stream. Helps a lot and it's greatly appreciated. So, what are we doing to maximize points? What are we doing here? Because that's the main thing that's going to matter pretty much this entire Guild War. Is we run Wand of Stars, we run Double Takshaka, and then we run something that gets us 1 billion points, which of course will not be Voice of Orpheus here. That's mostly just for cleanse and for safety's sake. There'll be some instances where we're going to have to put this in first slot or last slot or something to keep us safe. I-Demon? Okay, that'll work. Sounds good. What do we want for maximum points here? I was considering Ubestedt. I'm just not sure because of how he does damage, if that counts as an insta-kill. Because he's technically hitting them before he does the insta-kill, which I'm not sure if that actually counts or not. Also, hello to Drew. Welcome, welcome. So if that's not the case, then I don't know. What else can we do for even more mana? We could try Quadzelma. It would make the board really concentrated. It does almost no damage, but the chance that we can get like an 8 times yellow out of it is not horrific. I'm just not sure what we could do to maximize our points. We could also just go a third Talk Shaka and just win in like 2 turns. We could try doing it that way too. Try to make it so we win within 2 turns to maximize points that way. In which case, Guard's Avatar first slot, oddly enough, might actually be the way. It'd be pretty problematic if he takes damage to armor. But he's not going to take damage to armor. No, I think we put him in second slot, play it a little bit safer. As long as Wand of Stars doesn't miss, there should be a 2-turn win, and then we just win from there. The only big issue with that is we don't get a big gem spawn, which kind of makes me want to go for Quadzalma Infinite Loop. Yeah, I think I'm going for Quadzalma. It's a really weird one. It does almost 0 damage. But I believe it gives us the highest potential to land what we want to go land. Even though its damage output is very, very, very slow. Yeah, we're going to try it. Double yellow into anything? The only problem is, I don't know, I guess it's fine. Yeah, just double yellow into brown? Actually, do we even need to go Geomancer here? I guess this is technically an Archmage's angle. For the other battles, we'll need something safer, but for the very first battle where there's nothing going on, yeah, I think we'll just go for yellow-purple. +2 yellow, +1 purple here. -1 green. Ideally don't want to minus its color if we could help it. -1 brown. Not ideal, but I guess we'll go for it. Yeah, let's just roll with that. We'll be needing to change this the next battle we go into, but for the first battle, this should be fine. As we're just trying to get instantly up into an auto win. Because we're trying to go for 2-turn win while also trying to get an 8 times gem match is what we're trying to do here to maximize our score. If we can get both of those, we should be in a pretty good position. Alright, we take that, we take that. We hope this doesn't miss. Good, good. Alright, now I just have to keep casting Quadzalma until we win. Can I do that? Let me go for a double kill first. Let me kill that thing with the annoying freeze that it has. Oh no, it just doesn't look like I can get an extra turn on this board is the problem. Like if I remove all green here, I'm scared we even get an extra turn. Where's all the yellow? There's literally a yellow storm and I can't even land extra turn on this board. That's actually crazy. Oh, I guess we win that way. Okay, that's not quite what I wanted from the Quadzalma, but sure. I'll take it. Alright, next battle. I guess we go down. We're trying to go down the middle to get maximum points here. Oh yeah, never mind. We actually get to use this team almost every battle because I forgot. There's no guild here. Alright, well, round 2. Let's try it again. I think there's only someone defending all the way at the end. So, never mind. Yeah, we get to try this every battle then. Unfortunately, he denied my yellow storm with whatever on earth he has. Oh no, we gotta win this turn. I don't think I'm gonna win quick enough. No, my score! He took my score. I gotta win this turn or we lose score. Okay, just don't miss with wand and we're fine. Okay, we can work with this. We can work with this. I just need this to land somewhere. I think I get rid of purple and just try for it. No, I gotta get the purple. I gotta deny like brown or something. Because I gotta try getting an 8 times yellow there. That should be lethal, right? 13, spell reduction, none. Yeah, we're fine. Let me do some brown. No, we didn't get it. Yeah, depending on Quadzalma 4. Oh no, it just doesn't create enough gems. It's not creating enough. Isn't there that one weird troop that creates 1 billion gems? Is he under Divine? What's that one once mechanic? Yeah, it can only be cast once. Does everything show up when you do that? Is he only at Mystic? I can't remember the name of the guy I'm thinking of, but he creates like 1,000 gems. No, not all of them have the term once. Okay, let me go see if he's under Divine. He might be under Divine. Well, let me see if I can find him first. I'm trying to think of what kingdom he's in. I want to say Leonis Empire? I can't remember where he resides is the problem. I don't think it's Leonis Empire. It's Drifting Sands is where I meant to go. There's one troop that creates like... No. Actually, I think it's Glacial Peak. I'm just not sure if it's Divine. It might just be Mystic. Where's Glacial Peak? There's like some weird troop that creates like 1,500 gems per its one and only cast. Which would actually be really good for this exact moment in time for trying to get score. How's the alphabet working? Glacial Peak. There we go. Where is he? Base rarity. I believe he's here. He holds a big book. I believe he's also an epic rarity. Not that one. Other big book. There he is. No, he's Elf Mystic. He creates 1 billion gems of a chosen mana color and can only be cast once. But he's pretty much guaranteed to maximize the points. But no, he's only Elf Mystic. I wasn't sure if he was Divine or not. But no, it's Elf Mystic. Okay, we can't use that. Okay, just checking. Oh, that's sad. But that'd be a really easy way to max get points for that. Because that would basically be guaranteed just for casting his ability. Up against another nothing team, so let's see if we can still maximize here. So far, we still haven't been able to get like the 8 times pair, which is what the main thing I'm trying for. I forget how many points it gives, but I recall it being a big number. Which is why I'm trying to aim for it. Okay, let's just try for it. Where is the most likely area we could do it on? Is this vertical right here, which means I should go for blue here if I can help it. No, we didn't get it. Wow, that thing's extra turn rate is so bad. But we got another good board for it. I don't want to take brown or green or blue, which means we have to take red here then. No, I didn't get it. Wow, Quetzalma is so hard to land with. If we try it here, what can we do it on? Our best option is... green would be the best one to remove, but I'm trying to get like a really big area. Which one has like the most in its row or column? It would have to be one of the ones like this with like 4. In which case, I'd have to be a brown. No, we didn't get it. Yeah, it's just not doing enough gem spawn to get the 8 times. Alright, do we get one more try with this? I assume there's a real battle at the end. Yep, another fake battle. Okay, let's try it again. And then the final battle, I would assume, is a real person, unless it's just 5 empty spots, which would be really funny. Alright, we'll take that over. Grab a hopefully don't miss Wand of Stars or we're in trouble for score. No, you missed! Alright, at least we got full mana there. Oh, I gotta go for Wand of Stars here. I actually have to because we're frozen. Alright, now, Quetzalma, are you worth it here? I feel like the answer is yes. I kind of want to go for a double kill off the other guys, but our extra turn rate right now is just so good, I gotta go for it. So I'm gonna go for purple. Watch, it's still not extra turn. That's insane! Quetzalma is so bad! Well, there goes some points. But yeah, Quetzalma is so bad. Maybe we can make it up by getting a nice section somewhere, though. It's not even able to get a 4 time. That is so bad. Like, it's in theory should be decent at looping. Yet I'm trying to get an 8 times out of it, and I can't even get a 4 times. Do we have a real battle here? No! Alright, well, let's try it one last time. But yeah, I guess we won't try Quetzalma again for maximizing score. Because, yeah, it's just not consistent enough. It's not getting it done. Alright, what do we need here? Obviously full mana. Just trying to double check how we want to take this. Doesn't matter too much as long as we don't give him like a billion everything. Alright, just need this Wand of Stars to not miss. We got frozen, so I gotta recast it, unfortunately. We're good to go? Here we go! Okay, you can't possibly miss this. Come on now. No, it might, because we get all the destroys immediately. Where is our best bet? I want to say blue. Because of the double cascade and everything. Because all I have to do is get 1 yellow there because of the cascade. But yeah, I think blue is our best bet here. No! Even in that situation, it still didn't get it. I had like almost a perfect setup for it and it still missed. Yeah, Quetzalma's just not worth it. I don't know, let's see how it did. How did Quetzalma score? We got a 1,394. I feel like you could have easily done 1,400 plus. But let's go check our guild. How do you even check guild these days? Where do you check guild these days, actually? My guild's keep, go to roster. Yeah, Quetzalma wasn't worth it. There's a 1,401, a 1,395. So 1,401, which is 7 short, is where we are right now. Yeah, we scored... Oh, no, even higher. Someone scored a 1,404. So how many points short was that? What did we start at? So we were 10 points short. Is that the highest? Yeah, it seems to be the highest. So 1,404. So Quetzalma build did 10 points short. Though there was that one battle where we went 1 turn too long. But the other thing is we just didn't get enough gem spawn to get the other extra point bonus. But yeah, 10 points short of the highest person in the guild from that. But obviously on the other days there'll be more of a disparity because obviously we'll be up against real teams. Or I hope we will. Otherwise it's going to be another score test challenge with not Quetzalma because we're definitely not running that again. I don't think Quetzalma was worth it. It definitely still did good, but it didn't do as good as I wanted it to. It wasn't bad, but it was really missing consistently. Hello, Lester. Welcome, welcome. Still haven't gotten Leprechaun. You can't get him. He's still available in event keys for the rest of this week for, what, 4 more days? If you don't end up getting him, it's not too big a deal. You can always find him in the Glory Gym Guild and via Peaches later down the line. It's just he's a lot more accessible to get this week. So getting him this week would just allow you to get it a bit quicker. Alright, do I need to do anything with this? The guild's kind of been doing it pretty well. I'll probably dump all the battles this weekend, so we'll ignore that for now. Dailies, I can just completely ignore. There's nothing there worth taking. Campaign, we already did on Monday, so we don't need to worry about that. Clash Trial, we just ignore. It's only 25 gems. World Event, we were just here. Don't need to do it at the moment. Guild Wars, we just did it. Unfortunately, we're up against a nothing guild. Oh, though, you know what we can go claim, though? Oh, no, we can't. We can't do that till tomorrow. But tomorrow we can go claim our shiny level 2. And we'll be able to go get him with 4 times Bless. Which means I could use him for the final battles tomorrow if we wanted to. So maybe we'll bring him out. I'll definitely bring him out for Saturday. But if it's applicable, we might bring him out tomorrow. I said hello, Tyrion again. Welcome, welcome. I said hello to him earlier. I said it all the way at the beginning because he was like the first one in line. Yeah, this is the easiest week to get Leprechaun. He's in the event key drop table. He's right there. I got 2 Leprechauns there. So far I'm getting an average of 1 every 25. I'm not sure if that's exactly his drop rate, but the same thing happened in the Monday video when I tried for it. I'm not sure what his exact drop rate is, but I want to say around 1 in 25. It's within 100 keys. He's pretty much perfectly falling there. Alright, so, under Spire, mostly just been doing the free battles this week, so we're still exactly where we were. Yeah, I guess we just go check out PvP, clear out some of the other basic dailies. Oh gosh, silence. It's not ideal. Alright, let's go and switch over to a cleanse. Let's use Voice of Orpheus, I guess. Get a voice in there. All we have to do is just take a single yellow and we're good to go. Oh, Tyrion to say hello to you? My bad. I misread the thing. Alright, we'll take that over. Also, I had a dentist appointment earlier today. It went pretty good. But overall, honestly, they feel like such a scam. Because, I remember like last year when I needed to get a filling for one of my teeth last year. I ended up getting chipped from that filling. And now I need to get the tooth pulled. Because it got chipped so hard. So now I got like basically double charge and got to get pulled for a tooth that they already worked on. But I've been having a lot of problems with this place. Both in the past and with that. But yeah, I gotta go get it pulled in like 2 weeks. So why is this battle taking so long? Go down already. So hello, Jamie! Welcome, welcome. Oh, what do we need here? We'll take that one over. I can't believe it's already pretty much the end of the month. Like, she was saying the date, and it's like, oh yeah, it's already the end. Because I was like, oh yeah, could I get it at like the end of the month? And then I realized, oh, the end of the month is in like 2 days. So that wouldn't be possible. But yeah, it's already basically February right now. This month just flew by so quickly. Alright, 0 Vault keys left. We don't need to do anything with that. Are we already at PvP? Wow, dailies went really quick today. And I'll just go spend a bunch of time in Underspire with whatever spare time we had. Yesterday we didn't have to do any of the battles because, or you know, none of the, like the other center things because it was just these 3 center ones. So that means today we only have to do the 5 undead or the 5 Strix. I guess undead because this place is a better immortal because immortal Ossifer could be used here. Oh, so hello, Defiant. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we'll just go for undead, I think here. Let me go for the boost first though before I end up doing that. But I still can't believe that when I went there today. Like the tooth they literally did a filling for last time now needs to just be pulled. Very unfortunate. It did get chipped pretty hard though. But it got chipped because of the filling that they did to it. Like it probably would have been fine without it. What drops you're getting from Underspire since the adjustment? A lot of it's really good. You get Imperial Deeds, you get Deed Books. You get a small amount of like Dragonite and a few other resources like that. Like just the extra loot resources from the treasure rooms is almost worth it in itself. Not even counting all the loot that already existed. But it's not that bad. Oh, you know what else happened today when I was running errands? The bank that I normally use finally ended up shutting down. I'm not sure if it's because it's a Canadian-American bank and they're starting to slowly pull out of America. Or if it's because that one just didn't see as much business. But, yeah, they end up closing out the one I normally use. There's another local one that I can use, so it's not too big a deal. But, yeah, the bank I normally use shut down today. Like, literally as of today. It's actually kind of good that I went there today. Otherwise, I would have just thought, oh, they're just closed today. But no, they like literally shut down as of today, like pretty much right when I went up to the door. There's other local ones nearby, so it's not too big a deal. Because I was getting a money order for a bunch of euros for the trip later this year before the dollar tanks like another 20%. Because I wanted to still get better rates for it since I'm going to need to get it anyways. So it converted like, you know, however much money I needed to for 1,000 euros. Which at the moment is about 1,250. But in about a few months would probably be like 1,500. At the current decline of the dollar at a downwards pace. What do I need here? Undead. Let's go head over here. Alright, we'll go for middle here. Oh yeah, I don't have a team set. I need to go do that. Obviously Ossifer. Probably get a wand in there, because why not? Double check what empowers we have access to. Should have a few good undead ones. Empower into, what is that again? Blue? Blue, and honestly, I think that's it. Honestly, just give me 2 of those. And we should be good to go. They both use blue. We'll get some value out of it. Not that one. Double blue, double blue. Double blue, where are you? There we go. Alright, well, let's go mechs just to make sure they don't do submerge. And we're good to go. So hello, Lenon! Welcome, welcome. Knowing Gems of War, can you use to get enraged gems and also enchanted gems? Who can you use to get enraged gems and enchanted gems at a low rarity range? I'm actually not sure what would be the most accessible options that you have access to. I normally know the strongest options, but generally they're higher rarity. The easiest way to check would be to go into your troops and type it in. Or even click show all to kind of see what low rarity ones might be available. Like if we go click just into, you know, normal collection. And if you click show all. And let's just say, oh no, enraged gem, for example. This will bring up everything. Oh, but none of them say in an order of enraged gem. Is the enchant gem literally just called enchant gem? I forget what the enchant gem is called. I completely forget. I guess I could check it in a battle. But doing whatever the gem says and finding it like that would bring up most of the troops. Some of them won't show up just because they're worded in a weird order. But that'd be the easiest way to try to find them. But let me double check. What's the actual gem called? It tells you in battle. Yeah, searching for... Somewhere's in here. No, it is called Enraged Gem. But yeah, searching for Enraged Gem and Enchant Gem. That's weird. I guess they have it desynced in a way that you don't get to see it as much. But yeah, that's one of the problems with the old event gems to some degree. Is they don't tend to add that many troops for a lot of the power gems lately. Because one of the main gimmicks we've had in the last couple of years is every new season they add a new power gem. But a lot of seasons, they just don't add that many good viable options for each of the specific power gems. Yep, no problem. So that's become a little bit harder to do down the line. Because during the season itself, it's like really free to do. Because they just fall randomly from the sky. Oh yeah, that's another thing you can do. You can look out for it in PvP restrictions too. I'm not sure if any of the current PvP restrictions have it on your platform. But check PvP to see if any of the areas have Enrage or Enchant Gem. Because I would get it done really quickly. Like right here we have dragon gems. So getting those is just really free when these fall like every other gem. That's another way to end up getting it down pretty quickly. It won't happen every week, but generally it'll be at least 1 week where you can find one of them. I don't know, do we have it this week? It tells you at the top of the screen there. So this one is Giant Gem, or sorry, Freeze Gem. This one is Wish Gem. This one is Guild Wars, that's not a thing. This one is none because it doesn't show up there. This one is Barrier Gem. At least on PC Mobile. This one's Curse Gem. This one is a Lightning Gem. That one's Wish Gem again. Fairy Fire Gem. And Uber Doom Skull. No, PC Mobile doesn't have it this week, it doesn't look like. Alright, let's go back to the battles we need. Oh yeah, was I just not doing it in middle? Oh no, I was. Okay. Let's click back to the wrong location. Did I open the Evil Dragon Egg yet? I did one on Monday. I'm not sure if I have another one yet. That does remind me though. Thanks for reminding me, Mulu. I need to go open the chest. I meant to do that on Monday, but I forgot I actually hit 20,000 by then. But every single day this weekend, or as long as we have enough points for it, I need to go open 3 deed books. The main one we need right now is red deed book. So let's see if we can find any reds. Alright, we'll finish that battle in a second. Let me see if I can go find them here. For the next 3 days, we should be able to go open these. Because we're guaranteed winning Guild War today. Alright, let's see if we can find it. Come on, red! Is actually one of the few instances where I don't need purple anymore. Like, oh, yeah, there we go. But yeah, red is the deed book we need the most. Because I need 1.5 red kingdoms to be upgraded for permanent attack bonus. So out of every color, this is the one we currently need the highest of. Instead of purple for once. Purples are still useful, it's just not as good as they were when we needed magic upgrades. Because before you need the 4 magic upgrades, it's by far the most useful. But afterwards, yeah, I kind of need red now. Alright, there we go. We got 1 red and a purple. Alright, so, the other thing. Yeah, let's go see if we can open up a dragon egg. Might as well check. I don't think I have enough Dragonite yet, though. Actually, easiest way to check. Well, I guess we could check either way. How much Dragonite do I have? Oh, no, I don't have anywhere near enough. That does remind me, though. I think I forgot to buy Dragonite yesterday. And I almost forgot to do it today. Because it's not a habit of mine to buy Dragonite every day, but I need to keep remembering to do that now that we actually need it. But yeah, by this Sunday, it looks like we'll have it, right? Because we're getting 60 per day unless we get some extra for something. Which means I would have 180 by Sunday. Which means, I don't know, it's a little short, actually, if we don't get Dragonite from another means. Because I'm not getting it from Underspire this week. Well, I guess we'll do it on Monday, then. We'll guarantee have it by Monday as long as I remember to actually buy Dragonite every day. Only way we get it earlier is if we find some random Dragonite through other means. Alright, anyways, what other things we have to go do? Let me go finish PvP. I'm literally at the final battle. And then we'll go and clear out the last little bit of PvP we need to go do. And then probably just go and clear out Underspire up to where we're at right now. Because Guild Wars have been so quick today that, yeah, we're almost already done. I might just go grind some PvP or something else. See how bad the PvP leaderboard is. Because we are in Diamond right now, so they're probably going for like 100,000 already. You have no problem, Lenon. Yeah, you can search quite a few things that way. Pretty much any text that's in any troop you can search that way. There's also some third-party tools that can do some other searches as well. But the in-game one is normally enough for most things. Which reminds me, we should be getting info on a new patch sometime this month. The actual patch is until next month, but info of it should be coming out pretty soon. Also this weekend, we'll go over on Sunday. We should know the calendar for all next month as well. For the year, I mean not the year, but for the month of February. They should be coming out on Sunday. So we'll go over that on the Sunday stream and on Monday video. The only problem with double of the same Empower is if you don't have alignment on one, you don't have alignment on either. The only reason for even running double the same is, well, normally when you have no other option. But it's for when you do end up getting it onto the board, if you already have a Storm for that color. It's somewhat likely that after the board clears that you'll be able to go get it again. But there we go. Alright, I think we just have to do 3 Central and that should be PvP cleared. Unless we want to go farm it. But I don't think I want to try aiming for like 70,000, so we're probably not doing that. Alright, let's just go. Also, I don't need the tokens anymore. Let me go unequip these. I was running it to try to rush to 20,000, but we already hit 20,000. I don't need it anymore. Of course, we do kind of need it, I guess, to finish out the pass. But I want to D-rank down to Ruby before we do that. Because we need to go get our first place from it. But yeah, we do have a bunch of these rewards. I guess I'll go claim them all. Because I forgot, we did buy the pass this time around. Just because the Goblin guy is so good. I might be covering a video on him tomorrow, I think. Because we already have him upgraded and everything. I mean to for a little while. I'm just not sure what teams I really want to cover for him. Like, he is good, but he's not, like, absurdly broken beyond belief good. Like, once he gets his 3-wish gem, I could see him being a lot better. But his normal state, he's actually pretty balanced. It's only when you get, like, his triple wish gem does he kind of start going out of control. Because then your potential just instantly get full mana just becomes really high. But without it, he's pretty, like, average. Like, still on the better side of average. But outside the context of, like, a 4x Goblin team, he's pretty much just a slightly above average troop. It's only when you combine him into a Goblin team does he go really high. Mostly because one of the main things to counter Goblins, of course, is freeze. And he just has full immunity to literally everything. So we could just ignore it. He's also a really good replacement for the previous Impervious option that was used for Goblins. As he's just definitively way stronger than it in pretty much every metric. Only metric he's not is he somewhat mana blocks if you use him in first slot. Like, yes, he does the Wish Gem, so mana blocking kind of doesn't matter. But prior to you getting the Wish Gem value, he is mana blocking you more than if you set, like, that 12 mana cost red-blue troop. But after the Wish Gem, he's, like, not blocking you at all, so it doesn't really matter that much. But his initial blocking is higher than the previous option you would have used for Goblins. Oh, so he just stunned my, I needed that. He stunned my mana accumulation. Also, 1 HP. Could you imagine him winning off of that? Oh, good. Reflect. I almost keep forgetting every single time a troop dies to that. It's like, oh yeah, Flower Dragon is Reflect. I never remember it until the second they die to it. Is the only time I ever remember Flower Dragon to score Reflect on it. Alright, there we go. That should be everything we need for PvP today. We're good to go. Alright, so last thing we need to go and clear out. Let's go to Underspire. We currently have 21 torches from the last 3 days, and yeah, let's keep going through. We'll go take every single room in the first floor, every single room in the second floor, and see if we can find anything good. If we find a portal, I guess we just ignore it. Oh, I just realized, though, if we can get lucky with a portal, maybe we ignore some of floor 1. Because I just realized, if we can find a portal, we can sneak into a later room and try to get the silver room. And maybe double the silver, even if we're just doing free battles. Maybe we'll try doing that if we can get lucky. Because I'm almost certain you cannot find a portal in floor 1. I think floor 2 is the earliest you could find it in. Because if we can find that portal and get to floor 4 completion, that's a double silver right there. With spending 0 gems, which is so nice. So if we can get away with that, that'd be really good. Did that just full miss? That's not ideal. What am I supposed to do with that now? I guess we just take that and we're just going to miss again. I remember why I don't use this weapon too often. If you don't have like an immediate way to board clear after, it just doesn't do that much a lot of times. Oh, it also doesn't help that I'm only feeding red mana. I forgot about that too. Yeah, getting Miss Mother to full is the only thing that really matters here then. Everything else in the team's just shuffling mana around. To such a degree, we could even just ditch the weapon and just go all in like 3 leprechauns. I'm actually tempted, because we're only using that weapon. I mean, we're only really using her to feed into the weapon. And if the weapon just keeps missing, it's not really doing anything for us. Like right there, it created the wrong color. Because our strategy might just be hero weapon, Mist Mother, and then I'm just gonna switch to it right now. But hero weapon, leprechaun, and just like any weapon that doesn't block, that like hits all enemies or something. That's not how you spell enemies. Oh yeah, Summer's Fury doesn't block. There we go. We got a team. And we set our banner to like double purple or something, I guess. What are we not using? Brown? Give me minus brown. +2 purple, +1 red. Oh, do we care about +1 red? Red at plus yellow, I think. Because Miss Mother's the only one that matters. One reason I'm using Summer's Furies, we might be able to get a little bit of damage out of it. But we don't actually want to cast it. It's just there because it's free mana. But we're just going to roll this team. Because the other team's just doing so much mana, we ultimately don't end up needing it all. I'm going to move forward here to see if I can find a door. I'm going to skip the rest of floor 1. See if we can find a door early in floor 2 and see if we can sneak over to like floor 4 or something with the free battles. Alright, we got a 20 and a 24, so it's 24 direction. But if anyone still has any other questions, anyone want to go over, let me know. Otherwise, we'll clear through Underspire, and then maybe we'll do some explore grinding then. Because I'm starting to run out of grinds to go do. Guild War was so quick today because we're up against a non-guild. That's the only problem sometimes with Guild War. You still get the empty guild sometimes, which is kind of unfortunate. Like, it's good from a resource perspective, but from a fun perspective, you know, you kind of just like auto-win 4 battles or 5 battles in a row. And hopefully we'll have a real battle tomorrow. Because this week is really free. It doesn't even matter for up against real teams for the most part. Double triple Takshaka should be very, very free for win rate. It's basically just a normal team that's not even restricted at all. Yep, no problem. Yeah, we cover a new weekly video every Monday going over things, and sometimes various other guide videos and such. Like tomorrow, if I have enough time, I should hopefully be covering a new one on the current PvP Immortal, which came out a couple weeks ago. I just still haven't covered anything on it yet. I would have done the Evil Dragons the other week, but we got really unlucky and didn't get any of them, which is very unfortunate. As I'd even get the bare minimum of getting Yellow Dragon, which is the strongest one. It's the only one I'm missing. We're 20 eggs in and still haven't gotten it yet. The only good thing about getting it late is at least that gives time for people to get them. And by the time I have Yellow Dragon, I feel like half the game will have Yellow Dragon by then, if not more. Okay, I think I'm going the wrong way. Let me go over here. I have a feeling this way's primary path, and I only went to the chest because I saw a chest. And I'm pretty sure this way is the correct way based on the fact that the other 2 directions are the exact same level, which is something that normally shouldn't happen on primary path. Oh, treasure room. Okay, next room or 2 should be the door if this is the right way. Oh, I should have cast it. We already had win. There it is. Okay, there's the door. Hello, door. Alright, now we can go back over here. Because I don't want to take that room, because if we do find the portal room, we don't actually have to step on that room, so I don't want to take it until we absolutely have to. So we're going to search the rest of this floor to see if we can find a portal. And if we don't find it, we're just going to backtrack to floor 1. And if we do find it, we're just immediately stepping foot in that portal. Nope, double dead end room, though. Though with how little we're doing this week, if we do find a scouting room, that scouting room is going to do pretty much nothing. But he's going to scout out a portion of the floor that we probably are never going to bother reaching. It's not on a week like this, we're just doing bare minimum torches. But hey, we get them all for free. Actually, is this the first week we're really going through of it on stream? I think it is. There's a couple other weeks that we did it, or 1 or 2 other weeks. I think it was last week actually only. But the first 5 weeks, of course, we did full completion on it. But since then, I've just been doing bare minimum. But I think this is the first one that we actually streamed that we're doing bare minimum on. Because there's quite a few more strategies that you could do beyond the normal ones with the new additions they made. Because before, you would just do all floor 1 and all floor 2. But now the main new strategy for doing bare minimum torches, or, you know, the free torches, is to do floor 1 until you find the teleport, or, you know, the gate, I mean, the unlock stone. Then after you find the unlock stone, move to floor 2 and try to do every room there to try to find a portal. If you don't find a portal, go back to floor 1. If you do find a portal, immediately go in it. And then just try to get to that boss room, which will have better loot than the other one. Alright, nothing over there. We still have a couple paths left. One over there, double over here. We'll take double one first. More chances for dead ends. Already running low on torches, though. Yeah, we'll be doing a full completion on one again. But I just kind of want to take a little break from them since we did so many in a row already. It is still worth going for every week, though. I just need a little break from them, though. Once we get like a really strong team again for a given week, we'll do it again. Not that this week is weak. Because honestly, this is pretty strong if you have Miss Mother. Without Miss Mother, this week would be a little bit sketchier. She's by far the strongest damage source available for Underspire this week. And I guess technically the World event as well. I guess that's one of the other reasons I kind of didn't want to do it this week. The World event team and the Underspire team are exactly the same. Anytime there's a World event week, I tend to prioritize one or the other. Because doing both just feels clunky since you're doing the same team for both. There's a lot less team variety in that situation. Alright, double Celestial, one torch left. See if we get anything here, because there should be a dead end in front of us. Hopefully not the merchant room, but this very much could be the merchant room right here. I just realized they both do a very similar amount of damage. Miss Mother's base damage is actually really low. I have one more room until we find it. Alright, that's almost guarantee a merchant, but it's worth it because there's a treasure room right there. But we'll grab that later. Alright, the only other thing we need to go do is the exact same team, but different game mode. Let's go help the guild catch up to where we were. Or catch up to where the guild is, I should say. And let's go to the World event. It's going to prompt me to go set my stones. And let me go do that. Oh yeah, let me go switch to team 2. Because honestly, I kind of want to go use the team we were just using again. The double Leprechaun and December's Fury into the other thing. It's just going to win a lot quicker. The problem with the team that we set up initially is if your flask misses, it's just not helping that much. Whereas Leprechaun is guaranteed mana, so you don't need to worry about it as much. I believe this is a banner we used earlier. Looks like it. Alright, should be good to go. You completed on all Obsidian Depths faction. 8 down, 30 to go. Nice. Yeah, that's a really long grind to get into. There's a few long grinds in the game. All mythics, all hero classes level 100, and all factions fully maxed out. Those are some of the longer grinds in the game. Then I guess technically all Underspire troops, but they are adding a pity system for that likely sometime this year. Where you'll be able to get it in Soulforge for some amount of resources. They still haven't added it yet, but it's very likely to come later this year at some point. Either in a quality of life patch or just randomly in some other patch. Or who knows, maybe in some kind of Soulforge expansion this year. But at some point this year, you should be able to go target the faction troops. I mean, the Underspire troops, I mean. Because that's another really long grind in the game. If you do the entirety of Underspire every week, I think on average it takes a year to a year and a half. But that assumes you do every last room in Underspire every week. Which, of course, even if you go pretty deep into it, you might not necessarily be doing all of them. Like, even if you go all the way to the end, you might only do, like, 90% of the rooms. So, realistically, it's like a year and a half of doing it. There's a lot of full completions only do, like, 90-95% of them. It's just way too much of a gem waste to do all of them at that point. A bunch of Bone Golem, Forsaken. Well, we haven't taken Forsaken nearly as much. You can tell by the level difference. I'm not sure if one is worth slightly more points than the other. Because they do seem to be shifting in a way where taking one or the other might be a little bit more worthwhile. Not sure if one of them is worth ever so slightly more or not, though. All I know is that blue one is worth the least. Not this one, the other blue one. Which is why it's still stuck at level 10. Which means we somehow haven't taken it a single time this entire time. Oh, didn't get full mana. That's funny. Summer's Fury only creates 6 gems, yet it somehow extra turned 2 times in a row. Yeah, the trooper we were using earlier not only makes the board smaller, making it easier to land, but also does 10 gems, and we could barely even land an extra turn with it. Yeah, like half the gem spawn with no extra mechanic is landing every time. Go figure. Look at that. Oh no! It destroyed a red gem, though. That was one really annoying thing they did with this weapon. For whatever reason, I believe they gave it destroy 3 reds, which makes it even less likely that it'll land extra turn. No, it destroys a red. So that destroyed the red we needed for extra turn there. Otherwise, it would have extra turned. They removed this on a couple weapons, but it didn't remove it on all of them. And Summer's Fury is one of the few that they didn't remove it on. Where it actively makes the weapon worse. Like, that would have been an extra turn if it didn't have that perk. That is purely just a downside. They fixed it for some weapons, but there's a lot they forgot to fix it for. And Summer's Fury is one of them. And it's such old dead content that they just don't bother ever doing it. Even though it's really annoying to ever make it useful. The only reason you ever really put it onto a team is like a week like this, where you just need some damage on everything. Because other than Bright Forest Restriction, you were basically never bringing this weapon out. At least this late in the game. Earlier on in the game, you could get away with it, though. Because you get access to it pretty early. It's just Red Hero Mastery. It's a very accessible weapon. Honestly, it's not doing that bad. I'm actually surprised how little of a damage disparity there is between Mist Mother and Summer's Fury. Mist Mother is only 5 more damage. That more so just goes to show how bad Mist Mother's base damage is. Because this is pretty standard as far as like a legend or a hero weapon damage. But this is like way below average. I know it's slightly higher. But the standard for dragons doing damage to enemies just got power crept so much. With, you know, Flower Dragons, Celestial Dragons, stuff like that. Even the more recent Evil Dragons. That if it wasn't for its Fairy Fire, its amount of base damage is absurdly low. It's only the Fairy Fire that brings it back into line of actually being not horrible. Yeah, I feel like I should use Mist Mother more often. I know there's the one-shot Flower Dragon Mist Mother team for Explore 12. That's like the main thing she gets used for in current state of game. But I feel like I used her a lot like the first few weeks she came out and then like never bothered using it again. But it's still really strong. I think the main reason I stopped using it is there's a lot of teams that carry Bless or, you know, immune to various stats effects. Because if she can't land Fairy Fire on even one unit, it slows down your team a lot. I think that was one of the main reasons I kind of stopped using her. Like, if you're using her in an area where you know the enemy does not have immune to Fairy Fire, it's fine. But there's so many instances where at least one enemy does, and then you just win so much slower. Because there's one thing that's not taking the 50% extra damage. And that was the main thing that kind of made me stop using her for a while. Or pretty much forever. If you can guarantee the enemy team doesn't have immune to Fairy Fire, then it's fine. But it just takes one unit having it to kind of ruin her whole effect. Because then that happens. Because if you didn't have immune, we would have already won. But now we have to like double or triple cast, whatever the situation is. It's also annoying on revive troops because you would also have to get an extra turn on that revive troop, which you might not always have access to. Which would require you to Fairy Fire twice. One for the, you know, normal team and then again when they revive. Which is really annoying for a team that's trying to kill everything simultaneously. But yeah, hopefully tomorrow we have a real Guild War battle. Kind of disappointing that the first day of the week was a nothing battle. It's the only problem with us losing 4 times as a guild last week. Is it tanked our score so much that we might actually find a couple 0 battles like that. But at least when we're up against a real guild, it should be a little bit more evenly matched. Because they put us against some of the top 10 guilds in the game last week for Guild War. We had some, like, really, really powerful teams. Or, you know, enemy guilds. But so far this week, we have a nothing guild. So hopefully we'll get something in between those two. Something stronger than a nothing guild, but not like one of the top 10 guilds in the game. Somewhere's in between, hopefully. I'm starting to almost have only Blood Elves. That's not good. I haven't been forced to have to take a Blood Elf yet, though, which is really nice. I know, I said that. We're about to be, though. Oh, no! Depending on what this one transforms into, I might have to go take a Blood Elf. We've been able to avoid this whole event so far. Chris put out a really solid Explore 12 team with the Green Evil Dragon. What does the green one do? It's Stun, Curse. What's the other stats effect he's running with it, then? Because you're saying green specifically, which makes me assume the win condition is Fairy Fire. Which means it would be Miss Mother on the team. Because that would be the only reason why you would run a green dragon, then. Oh yeah, it does use that. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that'd be pretty strong. Because it would ensure that every location can be Fairy Fired. Well, except for the 6 that have that one Doom kill thing. Aside from the 6 with the Doom, you'd be able to go and do it in any Explore location. Which opens up a lot of locations. The only problem is your mana accumulation would be a lot lower. Because the only mana accumulation you'd be able to use is like, what, a Leprechaun? Because you wouldn't be able to use that much. Because you would only have one troop available. Because you'd most likely want to have Flower Dragon. You would need to have the Green Dragon for the mechanic. Well, then again, I don't know, would that be worth it? Because you would still have to double cast to win. Compared to like just double casting Flower Dragon. Because you'd have to cast a Green Dragon and then cast Flower Dragon. So you'd still have to double cast. Is the only problem with that. Because at that point, you might as well just do, you know, like the double flower thingy. Or assuming you have access to it. If you have access to that team, you'd probably have access to this team. Because if you have to already do the dragon that most likely ends your turn. Because he doesn't get any follow-up unless there's like a ton of green on the board. Whereas Flower Dragon actually has pretty good extra turn rate. And you just recast it again and boom, you win. I don't know, I just always found using Miss Mother to be really annoying. Ever since her release, there's just so many instances where you want to get that extra turn where you just can't land it. Which has kind of just made me just go for double flower a lot of times. Yeah, the Stun Curse is pretty important to get the Fairy Fire off. But then you would still have to get the extra turn for the Fairy Fire after the cast, though. But to be able to get rid of stun and everything else is pretty nice. I mean, resummon, I mean. Because it allows the flexibility to be able to use it anywhere and not need to worry about revive. Or pretty much any other mechanic. I don't know, double cast double cast Flower Dragon just always seems simpler though. It's always been my bias for running Explorer. Well, it's because its gameplay loop is really consistent. Like, there's almost no curveball that really shows up that would ever dampen the effect. Obviously, it didn't, like, revive, but you just don't go to a location that has revive on it. Or, like, absurdly high spell reduction or anything like that. Like, the worst thing that can happen is what just happened there. Where on turn 2, you somehow don't have full mana. What did Chris met? Oh, wait, you don't use any Miss Mother on it? Rothelius, the Flower Dragon or Stellaryx, Essentia, and Leprechaun. Oh, I see. Okay. You do Essentia instead of the thing. Oh, that works out pretty well then. Because you get the Curse Stun. Wait, what is the Curse Stun for? Just to get rid of Resummon then? Because initially I thought you were using that to get Fairy Fire on them. But, I don't know, what is it doing otherwise then? I guess to get rid of Submerge and to allow you to use it anywheres? Because it gets rid of Submerge, it gets rid of Revive. It gets rid of Submerge traits as well. Which would actually be really useful in this exact location that we're in right now. Because I forgot, there is this one annoying unit that does have Submerge here. And the team that you just mentioned would bypass that. And the fact that this thing constantly keeps exploding it is very annoying. It's like the one thing it suffers against. Whereas the other team would be able to do it easily. One of the few instances where the explode just really gets in the way. But yeah, nullifying traits could be pretty useful. I don't know, we can go mess with it real quick. Let's see. Not on this team, though. Let's put it on... let's put it on their first team. Let's see. What is he called again? Oh, I forgot. What's it called? No, not Sins. Kins. Where are they? Is it not called Kin? What are these things called? I forget what these things are called. What was the final trait that, was it just Kins? I don't remember. I don't remember when it... Let me just go look it up in the thingy. Because I forget most of their names specifically. Soulforge, troops. I can't get to the egg because we don't have one. Yeah, it is kin. Oh, it's kin of. It's not kins. It's Kino. Alright, there we go. Alright, there he is. Alright, put him in. Get a flower in there. Get a Essentia for mana. Get a Leprechaun for a Leprechaun. And that should be a team. Banner, we'll just go like green, whatever. Green, honestly just pure green, seems fine. And don't need to change hero because it has no hero. But yeah, the main benefit of this, the wrong team. But yeah, the main benefit of this team is the enemy can't revive. You don't ever have to worry about Submerge in any context, even regardless if they have it on trait or ability or anything. The only big issue is getting full mana. Like, look at how little mana we have right now. And that's after casting Leprechaun. And normally you would cast this first. But wait, that doesn't kill though. Do you still have to double cast Flower? Because that's not enough damage. I don't believe I have a mettled at the moment, but even with meddling, that wouldn't be enough damage there. Pure magic? Oh, do you actually need pure magic to have enough damage for it? Okay. Could also be kingdom location. This place's HP is not the lowest. Look at that, we actually died. Oh no. We got a double cast Flower Dragon instead. I haven't been able to get this team to work yet. First one, it didn't get enough mana. Second one, it got insta-killed. Alright, third time's the charm. Yeah, I guess we don't need 20% mana start since we're not really using it for anything. Because nothing on this team uses the 20%. Alright, the Submerge guy still lived because he initially got the dodge. So there's going to be a triple cast again. Yeah, we'll go get a metal. He's a pretty good one to go and get. So let me go set the magic and fully metal him. Oh yeah, oh wait, I don't even have the other magic. Oops. No wonder why we're doing so little damage. I was still using the other thing. But let me go metal him as well. I didn't even realize that. I will metal this guy. I was going to potentially do it to all of them, but this one's definitely worth it. He's like the strongest effect that isn't Yellow Dragon. What rarity is again? Legend? No, he's Mythic. Oh, he's Mythic. I can just orb him then. Alright, there we go. Alright, now we have the most possible damage we could possibly have. I was missing, like, what was that? I was missing 14 damage by not having that. But yeah, notice we got to bypass the Submerge guy there. Like, that's his biggest gimmick that he has. Is he gets to bypass Submerge, he gets to bypass Traits, which has a Trait Submerge. And he gets to bypass Revive. So you can use him pretty much everywhere with that. Only big issue here is a lot of these battles, he's just not getting mana before Flower Dragon is. Even with a green banner. And when that does happen, things that have spell reduction and stuff end up living. I don't know, it just feels like so much more thought than just running Flower Dragon build. The flexibility of it is nice, though. Like the fact that you can use it everywhere. But I think I'm still sticking with my Flower Dragons here. The flexibility of being able to use it everywhere is nice, though. But his team is just so much more brain dead. Just Flower Dragon, Flower Dragon, Flower Dragon, keep clicking the button until they're dead. But yeah, you know what that team would be really good for, though? The other team would be really good if you wanted to do the 10% chasing. Like, if you're going from kingdom to kingdom to go get the extra 10% bonus. The other team would be really good for it, because you can't do that with Flower Dragon, or at least not this Flower Dragon build. Because if you do that with this build, you're going to constantly keep going up against, you know, teams that would hard counter it. But the other one pretty much hard counters everything. Whereas Flower Dragon has to be used in very specific locations, like the only Flower Dragon build. Ah, there we go. Alright, is there anything else we need to get around to? Otherwise, I think that might do it for tonight. We will be back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And our main game plan for tomorrow is hopefully get a good Guild War day. We unfortunately got a nothing guild, and by nothing, I mean truly nothing. There wasn't even a battle in the final battle. So hopefully we can find a real guild out there, and yeah, we'll go from there. See what we can end up doing, and we should have fully maxed Quillen tomorrow, so maybe we'll mess with it some tomorrow. As a Guild War team, we'll probably mostly be running it for Saturday, assuming we're up against a real guild. But otherwise, we can mess with 4 times Blessed Quillen tomorrow. So maybe we'll do that for a little bit of PvP, especially if we don't get like a good Guild War. But we will have Shiny level 2 Quillen tomorrow. So I'll mess with that some tomorrow night. And hopefully sometime tomorrow I'll also get a video going out on the new PvP troop that came out a couple weeks ago. Haven't bothered making a team for the guy yet. His main gimmicks, of course, is going to be used for pure Goblin team. Is going to be his main use case. But I do want to show at least 2 other teams with, you know, other varieties. Obviously, his most biggest use case is 4 times Goblin team. He's now the new tank, basically, for the 4 times Goblin team to give you a ton of resistance and a bunch of mana accumulation to get things off the ground. So really good in that context. But, yeah, he's still pretty good outside of Goblin team, of course, too. He's definitely one of the strongest immortals we've ever had targetable. Actually, probably the strongest targetable immortal we've ever had. Not the strongest immortal we've ever had, but the strongest targetable immortal that has ever rotated for PvP. And I've still been saving all my burning chests for when this is really good, and then we'll dump a bunch. But unfortunately, this week is not that week, at least not on PC Mobile. But anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful week, a wonderful upcoming weekend, and I will catch you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone, and thanks for watching.